by not putting it in words. There's a missing line. It's obviously you, but I don't even know what order I could even put words in to capture you. That's how I hear this, but that's what poetry is. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. Welcome to the channel. I'm doing a song. I've done some of Lefty Frizzell's. I did a couple of Lefties. I don't know this one, though. Life's Like Poetry, requested by Cade Clark. And a title like that has got me intrigued. I'm curious because I love words. I'm like a word nerd. I love to see what other people do with words. And traditional country blows me away sometimes with how the words and phrases and metaphors, and you think something's literal and then they twist it at the end and it turned out to be allegorical or whatever. But let's see what we've got here. Life's like poetry.
Life's like poetry, but in my poem, babe, until now there's always been missing line. Life's too short to hide a good thing you feel, and I find the morning after the best time to determine if it's real. Baby, finding you gave my whole life reason and rhyme. But life's like poetry, and in my poem, babe, until now there's always been a missing line.
Interesting.
Life's too short to think about right or wrong, and the only thing I wonder about is where you've been so long. Baby, finding you gave my whole life reason and rhyme. Life's like poetry, and in my poem, babe, until now there's always been a missing line.
All right, he said, until now, there's always been a missing line. I thought he was saying initially that there's only been myths and lies until now. But he said, no, a missing line. All right. He doesn't even have to say what the line is. We know, but he might give us something specific. We're about to find out.
Life's like poetry, but in my poem, babe, until now there's always been a missing line. Life's like poetry,
Not going to say it.
but in my poem, babe, until now there's always been a missing line.
You know, there's a brilliance there. And of course, I might be supplying something in my own mind, but he didn't say. It was assumed, obviously, that she was the missing line, but he didn't supply the line, possibly because there's no one line that could capture what she means to him in his life. So he's leaving that open-ended. Because once you put something in words, it delimits it and or limits it. You know, it does both, but it confines it to a more precise, I don't know, mental direction or understanding. And he left it open-ended by not putting it in words. There's a missing line. It's obviously you, but I don't even know what order I could even put words in to capture you. That's how I hear this. But that's what poetry is. You could read the same poem over and over and over again, and you'll derive different meaning from it. That's just how poetry, that's how words work, especially ones that are done very, very well. My favorite poem is by Mary Oliver. And I think I came across it 7-8 years ago. And it just was this concise one. It's called like, I go down to the shore, or I go to the shore. And it just talked about the waves coming in and out. And every single time I read that poem, I'm just transported. And it's a short one. I think it's only about 10 lines long. Short lines, too. And yet she's brilliant. Her poetry is generally about nature-related topics and such. But still, every time I've read that, I get a different meaning from it, like a nuance, a depth, a different angle. And that's what she means to him. She was the missing line in his life. I love that. Kate, oh, Jesus, I got to rate that? The number that immediately popped into my head, and I'm going with it, is a 9.0. A 9. That goes into the category of songs of 9 and above. And then there's a separate one for songs of 10. And I think there's about 22 or 24 of those in there out of the 1,300 that I've done on the channel. So Lefty Frizzell, Life's Like Poetry. Interesting that it's like poetry, the simile there. I mean, somebody could come along and say life is poetry. That's a little bit more on the nose, but then you have to flesh that out differently. So that's it. All right, guys, Lefty Frizzell, that was fun. That was fun. That's it. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country.